Alexa, volume up one notch. Alexa, volume down one notch. Okay. One last shuffle. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, welcome to Truth Heals 1111 with your girl Chloe, and we are back with another general predictive tarot card reading. Thank you to each and every one of you that are watching this reading, whether or not you're spiritual, religious, or you even believe in tarot at all. What I want you to believe in is the gift of your intuition. So, as you are listening to this reading, I have been divinely guided to let you know to trust your intuition with all these cards that are about to come out, and the messages that either I am going to intuitively see or I will show each and every one of you specifically. Look at the card, tap into your own intuition, and use your discernment on how that may fit in your story. Not everything is seen by my perspective. So it's good to have an open mind when listening to tarot card readings. Um, I'm not going to go into the spiel, but I am on at Truth Heals 1111 at YouTube. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, I can use your support. Please like, share, subscribe if you are would love to support Chloe, right? Um, so today, family, friends, sir, ma'am, I am using my glow in the dark candle. So it has the glitter in it too. It also smells like lime. If you look on my website at Truth Heals 1111, especially with Halloween coming up, I do need to order some more of the clear wax so I can make more glow in the dark candles. But I will have a variety of candles. Um, and I'll post the images on my website. They're really cheap, so family friends, sir, ma'am, you can support me with the candle. I also have the coffee mugs. The weather is changing, family friends, sir, ma'am. It's cold. I had to change. I was all comfy, and then I got up. My windows were open, and it's cold outside, right? But I have my golden elixirs mugs, So for in the wintertime when we're in the house, we're in the snow, and y'all just want to chill and vibe with your girl and have a hot cup of coffee, cocoa, whatever you want to mix in with your coffee mug. I also do make the candles and go with it. But hey, listen, if you just want the cup, I'm cool with that too. I will send it out to you. This is sleepy time tea, family friends, sir, ma'am. Let me give you the downloads. Family, friends, heart, ma'am. Visualize if I was sitting across from you, you are sitting across from me looking for a tarot card reading. You may not understand what may come out of this reading. But again, I am going to tap in on each and every one of your energy signature. There's a lot of people that watch this video, so I'm gonna get a lot of downloads. Some things make sense, some things don't, right? Again, bear with me. I just did two readings this weekend without the cards. One person said I was 95% correct, and the other person said I was 85% correct. So without tarot, I'm just gonna see what intuitively what is currently happening in your situation. Billy Friends, sir, ma'am. Um, I need each and every one of you to visualize in your mind a quiet space. What the quiet space would look like to you. Where would you go? What does it look like to you? What do you see in this quiet space? Because I need each and every one of you to go to that space right now. This is your own personal space. Can't nobody get in your space, and nothing can get out because it's you controlling your own personal space. Go there. Okay, a lot of you are open to changes, something about your routine, your schedule, your daily changes, a lot of changes going on right now. Some of you have been eating more. You're noticing that you are eating a lot more than what you've been used to eating. Or you just been you've also, I don't know, something about your metabolism has slowed down. Um, you could feel like things are slowing down for you, or you're just not as busy. You're just not on the uppity up. You're not on the go as much. Things seem to be slowing down for you. Um, some of you are going back and forth with someone. Somebody here is going back and forth with someone. Someone's side eyeing a person. Someone is second guessing a person. What are you second guessing a person about? Is the connection real? You are side eyeing a person to see if that connection between you and that person is real. Um, Some of you are getting comfortable with your own individuality. You are now putting up a fight. You are defending yourself. You're standing on business. You're standing in your truth, and you're giving it all to fight the good fight. What you're telling me is you're not going to let any person, place, or thing stop you from from your own personal greatness. Um, Football. Some of you are ready for football. Some of you are watching football, something like football season. Um, something about football. Or you guys may be ready for the fall season. A lot of you are. The kids are going back to school. Um, for those of you who are not working, this would be a great time to start filling out applications for a job. It looks good. Starting tomorrow, I think the kids come back to school. Yeah. So starting tomorrow, when the kids are in school, make sure you are applying yourself if you are looking for work or looking for a better job. I do see something potential coming in for you. Um, Family friends, sir, ma'am. I just had a friend tell me right the 2 days ago. In my last reading, I told him, I said in the reading, somebody that stopped playing the lottery but has luck with it was gonna play. Somebody came back and gave me that lottery ticket. Family friends, sir, ma'am. That ticket was worth $100, and he gave it to me. I predicted it in my reading, and how God sends blessings, right? Um, Bingo. Some of you may should try bingo. Go to bingo. You're gonna meet new people. You're gonna socialize. If you are into bingo, go and try your luck. Spirit is saying go try your luck, but do not go overspending. Buy the cards that you can afford to play, that you can keep up with. something about challenging yourself. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, each and every one of you needs to be challenging yourself at this time. Never settle for the little things. Keep challenging yourself. Keep pushing yourself to achieve the greater things in life. Do not give up on yourself. Um, some of you may be connected to people that talk about, why are they, people talk about, what is that? Some family friends, I don't know who you are, but so you have people that talk about you, and they don't talk about you in the greatest of light. They may act like they're your friends or if you're the type of person that likes to have a lot of people or a group of people or like a consistent, you talk to many people, there are people talking about you, but and not in a good way either. Um, Family friends, sir, ma'am, some of you may be into Texas style food like biscuits with gravy, eggs. Oh, that sounds good, y'all. I don't know who just planted that seed. But the biscuits with gravy with the scrambled egg and the sausage, somebody is over here thinking, or a steak with hash brown and egg, like that Texas. I'm from the South, so I already know what it is. What I haven't had is some good catfish, y'all. And I'm up north, right? I just ain't had it. Um, what else do we have going on? A grandmother spirit. Family, friends, sir, ma'am. Um, your grandmother used to wear these like pop bottle glasses, right? And she had the little chain to it, and she always wore a collared shirt with some pants like that looked like slacks with some brown shoes. Something about somebody's grandmother is watching over you. Your grandmother is protecting you. Um, yeah. Why did I get somebody's grandmother? Some of you may be facing a hard time right now. I think to the person to where your ancestors is watching over you if you are going through a tough or challenging time. I need you to understand whether you do good things or bad things, you need to know that you are still loved. It's a series of growth that we go through to teach us the lesson of why we do good and why we learn from the bad things that we say or we do. But not every we may make bad choices, but that doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that there's room for growth, right? um Family, friends, or ma'am, some of you could be resentful at another person at this time as well. Some of you are very resentful at someone, a lot of animosity, a lot of anger. You need anger management. Don't believe when somebody says, don't believe what she says. That doesn't fit with you. That's not your story. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, me reading these cards does not tell you your story. Only you can tell your own personal story. What are you going to do to tell your story, family, friends, sir, ma'am? I don't know. Spirit just said, what are you going to do to get your story out there so people can hear your story, the things that you've been through, to help others get through some of the things that they've never experienced before? Um, Passing on the message. I want you to send her a message or send him a message. Somebody's asking another person to send a message. I don't know what this is, but we are going to get into tarot. That's a lot of that's a lot. Somebody needs a new pair of house shoes or something about house shoes, pajamas, winter, getting warm clothes or things like that. Somebody here needs a new pair of house shoes. Let's see your animal spirit. We are going to go into the animal spirit to see with the upcoming changes that each and every one of us is about to embark. What animal spirit do we need to be embodying? I'm hoping that it's you. You could be hoping on something. Um, hoping on hoping that it's you. I'm hoping that it's you. Why don't you? I'm hoping that it's you. Let me see. Okay. The first card, the magician. Um, the first card, then the animal spirit that you should be embodying at this time or for this upcoming week is the magician, which is the raven, which is the raven bird, the magician. This is what it talks about. The magician, the raven stands for willpower and creation. Family, friends, sorry, ma'am. Your first animal spirit is going to talk about willpower and creation. The message here says, with her talent in bringing magic to a situation, Raven is your mentor in making the best use of your skills. She will help you shed fears so that you can unleash your full potential and personal power, transforming ideas into reality. Raven knows that possibilities begin from nothing. Her spirit holds the fires of creativity that turns obstacles into productive expression. Let this be a reminder to reach onward into the infinite as you unleash beautiful energies. When you allow divine force to flow through you, your intentions toward making dreams come true will manifest through sheer will. You can make things happen because you are the ruler of your reality. The magician, the raven. The key words for this week to use is action, creation, wisdom, manifestation, skill, willpower, and mission. Okay. Family, friends, sir. Yeah. The magician energy. What else animal spirit ancestors should we be looking at? Oh, okay. What animal spirit should we be looking at? We got the magician. What else there? Show me. I have the four of shells. Source, soul searching, and re-evaluation. This number would be the four shells. Let me pull this up. Oh, the four of shells. Soul searching and re-evaluation. All right, what is the four of shells? The four of shells is the crane. This one talks about soul searching and re-evaluation. Your message this week is innovation at using new approaches to solve problems. Crane is here to help you renew your optimism, bringing clarity and insight. Crane will guide you in taking the time you need to renew your energy. When you embrace something that you feel passionate about, you'll soon find yourself motivated into action. It's up to you to choose to see the opportunities that are right in front of you and to act upon them. Rest and meditation will deliver a fresh mindset. Take this time to reflect and regroup and redirect your energy. The key words that we are going to use this week, family, friends, sir, ma'am, is contemplation, meditation, soul searching, re-evaluation, reflection, refocus, and disillusionment. Meaning you cannot be delusional. You got to step out of being delusional and face reality. Um, but yeah, soul searching and re-evaluation. Family friends, don't be in la la land when it comes to manifesting the life that you've always wanted to create for yourself. We can't sit up there and be unrealistic about our goals. Make sure that you are writing a short term and a long term realistic goal list. Think about creativity, think about reevaluation, but also explore everything as an opportunity. Let's see, what else do you need to know? Four shells. What other spirit? I have the nine of shells, the penguin. This one is talking about gratitude and fulfillment. All right, let's see the nine of shells with gratitude and fulfillment. I have Love Story playing by Mariah Carey in the background. So listen to Love Story by Mariah Carey. The Nine of Shells is the penguin, gratitude and fulfillment. For this week, family, friends, ma'am, your animal spirit should be able to put you in the energy of gratitude and fulfillment. The penguin is proficient in diving deep down beneath the surface of common perception to access what is needed to bring in dreams to fruition. Let's repeat this. The penguin is proficient at diving deep down beneath the surface of common perception to access what is needed in bringing dreams to fruition. Determined and insightful, he is your guide in the unfolding of a bright future. Penguins may not be able to fly, but that doesn't keep him from soaring. His gratitude radiates, casting a wave of awakening across the sky. Enjoy the rewards of your past efforts. Remain appreciative of good tidings and take flight into new scopes of your being. With the power of inspiration, you are the master of building your own reality. All right. All right, family, friends, sir, ma'am. If you didn't catch the animal spirit, I have the raven, the crane, and the penguin. Just rewatch this video again, listen to the message. And again, go with the changes. Start opening the doors to whatever you want your life to be, whatever you want, whatever you dream of. But again, make sure it is realistic. Don't just sit here and fantasize about wanting this and having that. Da, 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 da. It's going to take work, right? And the type of work that it's going to take is what you have to personally be passionate about. This is not about what happened in the past or what's coming in the future, but in this present moment, this is taking that leap forward to manifest your dreams, your reality. Let me see. Now, I am going to use, I haven't used this deck in a long time. Let me show you the box. When did I do the box? Oh, okay. I can't pronounce the last word, but this is the bluebird. And you'll see why these cards aren't the way they are. They're much different from tarot. I got them when I first was learning how to like trust my intuition when I was pulling cards, right? So I had to use my intuition and then I drew the cards to see what the cards was telling me. That's how I learned and became very skilled at it. Show me. What is family friends, sir, ma'am? What do you need to know? Okay, you can be, some of you may be confused about something. What are you confused about? Show me. That's not fair. I have clouds, clouds, clouds. This says, clouds brightly shine strong in precision. Life will be fine with firm decision. Rewards of clouds, misty and obscure. Life cloaked in darkness is and hard to endure. What? What? What is it? Um, Clouds brightly shine, strong and precise. Life will be fine with firm decision. Beware of clouds, misty and obscure. Life cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. Oh, wow. Okay. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, spirit or ancestors just saying life will always be fine when it comes to you, right? But when it comes to you making any type of firm decisions in your life moving forward, right? Beware of clouds, misty and obscure. Be mindful of people, places, and things trying to cloud your judgment, trying to distract you, trying to um, come at you with any type of thinking, emotions, behaviors, anything like that. Anything that you feel would be something to distract you, right? Some family friends, sir, ma'am, the clouds is saying life cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. Family, friends, ma'am, sometimes people go through so many hardships, right? That they don't, it's hard for them to figure it out. Whereas you use your experience and it may be easier for you, right? This is almost like encountering people who are places and things who are going through a dark period in their life, right? And then connecting to you, bringing that energy to you. You need to understand that light cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. Be mindful of people trauma dumping their problems on you, right? Making you feel like you need to assist them, like you need to help them, like you have to be there for them, right? When their life is so cloaked in darkness, right? And you were able to overcome your own personal darkness, why would you want to go back into somebody else's darkness? So family friends, ma'am, spirits is asking you to protect yourself as a cloud brightly shines in the sky with the sun and you can see it. It's beautiful, it's bright, right? Be careful of the outside dark clouds that try to come into your energy. Clover, clover. The reason why is flowers surrounded in clover leaf means happiness, happiness surrounded over grief. Bits of luck and fortune awaits. You have the potential to make life great. And that is why you are coming, a lot of family friends, sorry, ma'am, a lot of you are coming into this lucky season, even though this is fall, right? Things are about to change for you, right? Opportunities are going to come. Your life is about to transform and level up in ways that you never even thought you would have dreamed of, right? Be hopeful, have faith, be optimistic, right? But again, this is going to take the action, the work you have to put in behind to create this life. But again, once you get the ball rolling, I promise you, it is going to be nonstop going up, right? Family, friends, certainly are people, places, and things that may know you, may be connected to you, may know of you, are not in that same situation, right? This is almost like if you're sitting here listening to me and I'm encouraging you, right? I'm speaking this life into you. And there are non-believers who don't believe, right? That's their free will. They just don't believe it's for them, right? Which is why they stay closed onto the light that can be created just by being motivated, right? Again, when your luck starts to start happening, right, things start to change, money gets better, your life gets better, you're able to do things, you're able to buy things, you're able to do a lot more things than what you used to. With this people that cannot, because they're still stuck in that darkness of their life, right, they're going to want to bring that energy into yours. And now I want you to understand, would you, having you sacrificed enough of trying to survive and make it and trying to make ends meet and things like that? Um, I don't know, family friends, and this is your free will. You call it love, right? I can love people, but I gotta love people from a distance because when I love myself, right, I know that I came here alone. I'm going to pass away alone. My life is a journey of what I wanted to be, what I wanted to look like, how I wanted to go, right? And as I have my faith and I trust my intuition and my guidance, right? My life seems to get better. There was a part of time that I did not know about certain people, places, and things. But due to experiences where people, places, and things become aware in our lives of what serves us and what does not. So when you know better, you do better. Cavalier. Cavalier. Um, heed well good news from the Cavalier. Impassioned views promise good cheer. Sadness that hides bounds in the day. Once disguised, soon flies away. He now let me repeat this, family friend, sir, ma'am, because I just said this to you. Heed well good news from the Cavalier. Heed well good news from the messenger, right? I could be the Cavalier, right? Heed news from the messenger. Impassioned views promise good cheer. Sadness that hides, veiled in the day, once disguised, soon flies away. Again, this sadness you have been hiding will fly away. You no longer have to be sad. You no longer have to be upset. You don't longer have to be angry. You no longer have to be in your emotions about anything. What is going to change for you is the spark, the fire, the passion within you to do something different. Because where you're sitting at emotionally, where are you at? It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. I want to hear that song. So maybe when you get up, you may want to play that song. Um, it's time to take action. So we're gonna get into tarot, and we are going to see. I did this. I did this. Now, family friends, sir, ma'am, y'all know there's somebody. Y'all know there's somebody in your energy. Let me see who is in your energy, friend. I'm gonna just pull the oracle cards, but then I'm gonna get right back to you. Let's see who is in my family, friends, sir, ma'am. Who is in their energy? Show me. I got the narcissist in reverse. I have love bombing in reverse. I have self absorbed in reverse. And I have one sided in reverse. So you're dealing with people that are not like this, if you're even dealing with anybody. But you're not dealing with anything toxic. You're not dealing with anyone toxic, narcissistic. It's in reverse. You are not dealing with that. That love bombing, self absorbed, one sided, toxic relationships, unhealthy, poison, delusions, nasty behavior. You decided to close the door on this. If this is you, family, friends, sir, ma'am, because not everybody has shut the door to toxic behavior. But you'll know who you are if you have shut the door to toxic behavior. The girl with the snake. This could be a guy with the snake. You have left the guy or the girl that was a snake in your life behind. hmm And you have transformed into the butterfly. And you have, yes, you have transformed from the butterfly, evolving, growing, going to the next phase, healing your inner child, and releasing the past. What else are you doing? Tether. What is tether? Telepathy, intuition, dreams, heartstrings. You may be having vivid dreams. You may have a telepathic connection. You may be listening to your intuition, or you just may hear different songs that play on your heart. Reflection, reflection, reflection. I'm dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing the inner truth and seeing true colors. Family, friends, ma'am, you have reflected on a lot of things from the past that was toxic in your life. I'm facing the inner truth about yourself and what attracted you to the shadow side, and seeing people, places, and things true colors. So you said not today, not today. You do not want to relive any type of mental or emotional pain from the past. You have walked away from it. You are no longer talking to anything from the past that has brought some sort of pain, toxicity, whatever this is. Denial is in reverse. You have come to accepting the truth, whether you've been hurt by love, whether you've been hurt by fear, whether you've been hurt by ego, pride, or whatever. Um, what's that, Jax? What you got? What is that? Um, you have let go of the hurt and the pain of the past. Come on, Bill. Meet Jax, family friends, are yeah. Say hi, Jax. Okay. Jack's wanting his little 3 minutes of fame. Yes, sir. You got your little 3 minutes of fame. All right, family friends, sir, ma'am, let's get into the tarot cards. Ah! Okay. Family friends, sir, ma'am, getting back to your current energy and things like that. Stop. Let me see what is currently in the energy. Oh. The Lovers, Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups is in reverse. The Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups is in reverse. Um, okay, here we go. The Lovers, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Family friends, sir, ma'am, allow me to see. And while I am seeing, if I should ask you a question, feel free to answer it. Your energy will come out in the card, so I don't have to really tap into it. Or you think that I'm prying. You'll be able to answer your own question through tarot. The Lovers to the Three of Pentacles to the Six of Cups. You have been out with a lot of people, places, and things. The Lovers to the Three of Pentacles. You could have felt like this was something that you put yourself in, that you involved, right? With the Six of Cups, this situation may have felt unfair to you, right? The reason why is, well, I don't really know yet. Let me clear this energy out. And we're gonna see why situations played out to how you feel like they were unfair. What is this that you feel is unfair? Family friends, sorry, ma'am. This is I don't know whose energy is, but you were fed up with a lot of things that were happening. Something that pushed you to be fed up with something. All right, show me the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles to the Six of Cups. Judgment, judgment, judgment. You had to come to terms with facing an inner truth within yourself, right? When it came down to a situation, okay, wasted time by the weekend is playing. So when it comes down to making a judgment call, right? When you were faced with any type of situation with the person, place, or thing, right? You had to really reflect on where your life was going, the direction you were seeing, and where you were currently at in this moment, right? The Six of Cups, the Three of Pentacles to the Lovers backwards. You recognize that you were different from other people. Um, you may have been social, but you really just didn't mix and mingle with a lot of people, right? Due to people's character traits, their behavior, the mindset, things like that, right? I don't know where you were at in a certain time, but you were just going, you were getting along just to go along, right? You weren't really making yourself be put out there, but yet at the same time, you were making yourself available to be a part of the person, place, or thing. The Chariot is in reverse. To you making a judgment call with the Chariot in reverse. It's almost like whether this is you in the present, this was you in the past, or this may be something coming in the future, right? The Chariot in reverse is feeling like you have to be in it, right? Like you have to do this, right? You don't have no other choice but to be here to do this thing, to whatever it is that you have to do. The tarot is really not giving me anything right now. The lovers could even have been, you could have been in a, like you could have had a best friend, you could have had a lover, you could have had a close friend. Um, or just someone in general that you cared or had some sort of love about. With this situation, the Three of Pentacles working together, the Six of Cups to build something good. Um, somebody did not, yeah, somebody reneged on the agreement. Uh-huh. And you had to make a judgment call, the Chariot, because you weren't getting anywhere. If this is you, I just saw, um, moving forward. The moon. The moon. Now, the moon can signify you were listening to your higher self, right? Or this can also signify that there were some things that you did not know. There were some things that were hidden behind the moon, right? This is where sometimes people, places, and things don't give the full story or don't tell the truth, right? People keeping secrets, or again, the moon could be just you listening to your higher self, right? The moon would be a deep soul reflection of you actually seeing who you are. It's almost like a transformation stage, right? To where you want to release yourself, but yet at the same time, you're still holding on to certain secrets or things within yourself, right? But the moon's energy can carry a lot. This is why, they say crazy people come out in the full moon because the full moon carries that energy, right? So you were in the moon energy. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Oh, okay. Ace of Swords talks about not seeing the truth, not being realistic about what was going on in the situation. You were looking at the perception of things, right? What should have, could have, would have, how people, places, and things were showing up in your life. And with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like you really did not want to accept the truth, right? Or you did not want to accept something. This could be almost like if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck. You know what I'm saying? It quacks like a duck. You're gonna tell me it's a pig, right? And the reason why is because you really felt like that pig could walk like a duck, talk like a duck, and quack like a duck, right? But the pig has its own behaviors. The pig is going to do what it's going to do. So there could have been some sort of delusionalism about your perception in a person, place, or thing that you were not trying to see. You were not trying to face. You were not trusting your intuition, or you were not listening to your intuition. Show me the Ace of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a reality check, family friends, sir, ma'am. This is a lesson, right? The Six of Pentacles is like, family friends, sir, ma'am. If you go into a grocery store and you put your groceries in the cashier, she rings it all up, and she says it's $42.99, right? And you give that cashier 50 of your dollars that you worked for, right? And the cashier says, or the cashier gives you your food, right? But doesn't give you your change back for what you paid for, right? This is something like in the instances that you were involved in, people, places, and things where you gave up something of yourself, but you didn't give back your change. Somebody held back from you. Four of Pentacles in reverse. When I just say somebody kept your change. You gave them your time, your energy, your money, your attention, your love, your loyalty, your trust, your honesty, your obedience, whatever this is you gave to it, but something didn't get back to you. Something held back from you. Tony Braxton, please show me the Lovers in reverse. The world. So the cycle ended, family, friends, sir, ma'am. The cycle ended the world. Whether it was on your part or the other person's part, this is where the situation for each and every one of you where you just got fed up. And even now, as you're maturing in life, you're getting older, family, friends, ma'am, in 10 years, I need you to ask yourself, how old are you going to be in 10 years, right? The growth and maturity has to not only, age is nothing but a number, it's the mindset, right? Your mindset has to be mature. If something proves to you, shows you what it is, believe it. The world, you ended the cycle. Show me the Three of Pentacles. The King of Wands is in reverse. You ended the cycle that leads you nowhere, right? Being around the wrong people, going to the wrong places, doing the wrong things. Eventually, the consequences, what it leads is to nowhere. I end up, for me and you, right? If I'm surrounding myself with people, places, and things that's not motivated, that does not have motion, that's not taking action, that's not doing, that's not growing, that's elevating in life, what are you doing, right? They're not doing anything, which means what? If you're not doing anything, you're not going anywhere, right? And I can tell you, family, friends, sir, ma'am, I love you all day, every day, right? But if you ain't got that motion, like how I got this motion, I can say I love you and then goodbye, right? Because I got things to do. And family, friends, ma'am, that's the energy you could be in at this time. You have things to do. And the people, places, and things that you seen the potential in, you poured into, you gave up yourself, and you did not get back your change. King of Wands, it led nowhere. And then once you were committed to it, you gave to it, you poured into it, you tried and you tried and you tried and you tried and you tried. And the only thing it did was drag you down because you tried. Were you trying to force a situation? Family, friends, sir, ma'am, were you trying to force a situation to work for you? You were. Four swords. You were trying to force it. You were trying to control the situation, or at least have some sort of control in the dynamic that whatever story that you played, you did. And of course, it's nice when things go your way, right? But can you accept things in life when they don't go your way? Hmm? Family, friends, sir, ma'am, can you accept when things don't go in your way? Go, yeah, for your favor. Four wands. Show me the four wands. The Eight of Cups. Oh, baby. The Eight of Cups talks about to the Chariot in reverse. Family friends, I mean, you get pissed. You get so upset because the vision, the dream, the goal be so big, right? When you connect with people, places, and things because you see the potential in it. You know, like we could do this and da 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 da. But eventually, not everybody has that same type of mindset. Not everybody's going to have the same type of energy. I mean, people will put in some work, but not everybody's going to go as hard as you. Not everybody, when that cashier at the grocery store said 40 something 99, somebody in your group would have just gave that exact change, right? But you, sir, ma'am, you gave a full $50, right? Which means you had change coming back to you, but you didn't get your change back. The Eight of Cups making you feel some sort of way about it. Why? Why did you get mad that it didn't work out? Why did you get mad that it didn't work out? The Queen of Cups is in reverse because you had to learn how to lose the emotions. Mm-hmm. You had to work on balancing your emotions. For each and every one of you, learning how to balance these emotions, that is some inner work and it is not easy. I've been friends, sir. I did it. I had to work on me to balance my emotions because, baby, back in the day, I used to be a whole crash out, right? I would be easily triggered, right? I could be easily hurt, right? I could be overly emotional, right? I truly had to take a look at myself and work on my processing of how I feel and how I think. The Queen of Cups would be the same situation. It's not the toughest thing, family friends, sir, ma'am, of acceptance, right? Accepting that I have or you have no control over any person, place, or thing, or how the situation's going to play out. Of course, each and every one of you know that, right? But with the Queen of Cups, it's like, oh my God, family, friends, sir, ma'am, you could have been dealing with one thing after another, and you just lost emotions over everything. Not saying that you gave up on yourself, but you did. You gave up emotions. You stopped caring about a lot of things, right? And in that moment, it makes you feel down, right? It's almost like the gray clouds, right? Because you really had to figure out how to let this stuff go. Show me the Queen of Cups in reverse in the moon. And family friends, ma'am, if I tell you what I see right now, some of y'all kept this to yourself. hmm This was a battle of your inner self, your thoughts, while still trying to be present in the moment. hmm So, you people, places, things could have been around you, but mentally and emotionally, people, if people would have heard your thoughts or felt what you felt, it just would have been, yeah. Mm. I feel it. Show me the Ace of Swords. Maybe Ace of Wands is in reverse as well. To the Chariot. To the Chariot. Ace of Wands to the Chariot in reverse. It wasn't going anywhere. This was something not preordained for you, family, friends, sir, ma'am. Now, when I say these types of words, preordained, right? Now, I'm going to speak life into each and every one of you. Your life was preordained, which is why you were individually and specifically created to walk on this planet, right? To do something, to be on this journey, to bring something into the world, right? The Ace of Wands is you mixing and mingling with people, places, and things that just wasn't going nowhere. And it wasn't going anywhere fast. Confirmation. It wasn't going anywhere fast. And as much as you were giving to the situation, it doesn't go anywhere, right? You can tell me, family, friends, sir, ma'am, you bought the ingredients to bake a loaf of bread, right? And you're the only one that's baking the bread because you brought the ingredients to bake the loaf of bread, right? And once you mix all the ingredients and the yeast rises and you're kneading and you're putting all this work in, and then you put the dough in the oven, right? And you okay, TikTok, let me see. Uh, Okay, TikTok. I am unsure, but what I'll do is I'll end this one and I'll come back on live again. So because I'm on live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So the cherry in the reverse, because this is really good. Of you not going anywhere. Ace of Wands to the chariot. Recognize when you are surrounded by people, places, and things, and your life isn't going anywhere, right? That should push you to make a judgment call in regards to how you want your success to come in, right? Because you're not going to have success being surrounded by going nowhere. Yeah, Page of Cups, an opportunity. Page of Cups is getting back to being creative. Page of Cups could be just a simple gesture, taking a small step, putting one foot in front of the other, moving from situations that are no longer serving you. Now, Thursday comes the eclipse, right? I think it's that. What is it? I forget. I posted it on my YouTube channel, right? But the eclipse we're going to have Thursday and Friday means cycles are going to come to an end. If you've been seeing how your life has been playing, and things aren't going right, pay attention, because this would be the time for you to end old cycles. Now, friendly friends, sir, ma'am, when I tell you, I don't care how a person plays or thing feels, if I got to end something for the best for me, right? I would hope that you would do the same thing when it comes to you. Always do what's best for you. Even if you have people relying on you, sometimes you need to get yourself together in order to be there for other people. If you're surrounded by people and you're not getting any better, then what are we doing, right? We're accepting that life is not going anywhere. Show me the Page of Cups. Yeah, never the right time. And then friends start me up. It never feels like the right time when you have this, right? Because it's always the choice that we don't want to make. That's the thing, right? It's always going to be the best choice. You need to understand that the divine will test you when you have to make the choice you never wanted to make to see if you're going to make it. If you don't make it, you remain stuck to the situation, the hangman. If you can't find the strength within you because you can't find your strength, you stay stuck. Page of Cups, and you miss the opportunity. I got the Page of Cups to the hangman to the Page of Cups again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Show me the world to the King of Wands, where the cycle is ended. Oh, Lord Jesus. I got the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups. I got the King of Pentacles. I got the Knight of Wands. I got the Devil. The Devil. You have two knights, one king, and then you have the devil. Family friends, sir, ma'am, let me break this down for you. Right? The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands to the King of Pentacles, right? This means that you are passionate about following this routine. You're passionate about, taking care of responsibility, right? Showing up, being accountable, doing things for yourself the way you see it. The Knight of Wands to the Devil. Life is challenging, right? but it's never nothing that you cannot get through. What happens when you feel like you can't get through a situation, right? Is the coping mechanism of the devil, right? The way you cope from certain situations, how you see things, right? Some people are unable to shift their perspective when it comes to the passions of the heart, right? um because some of it does involve, temptation, obsession. It involves, like, gluttony and things like that, right? Because it's so easy to get, right? But yet the hardest to maintain, because when you get it, you always lose it with the devil, right? This is why I tell each and every one of you, in order to defeat your own demons, you have to prove that that demon is a lie, right? The Knight of Cups to the King of Pentacles. Take a look at the way that you see money. Take a look at the way that you see love. Take a look at the way that you see certain things and what draws you to it and why, right? Why do you like money? Why do you want to be alive? Why do you want a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself these simple questions. Why are you drawn to it? Why would you be so infatuated? What makes you go out there and want to do it, right? The Knight of Wands to the Devil, right? Is because you're trying to fulfill your purpose. You're trying to fulfill a goal, right? And of course, you would want things to be easy for you. But again, life is about learning, experiences, the journey, things like that. With you trying to take the shorter way, right? The faster way, you're not going to learn. You're going to repeat life's behaviors over and over and over again until you stop learning to stop taking the easy way out. The devil right here means to take a look at the way that you've been viewing things, the way that you see things. You tell yourself, oh, I don't have nothing. I'm broke. It's so hard out here for you. That is what you're going to manifest. But if you can tell yourself, if you can look at the money, you can look at the love, you can look at the relationships, you can just look at everything in general and reevaluate it. Put everything under a microscope, family friends, sir, in regards to your life. Observe everything under your own personal microscope so you can find you. Show me the King of Wands. I'd be tired. Yeah, look, Queen of Wands, family friends, sir, ma'am. In order to move on to this next level, you're going to have to put everything under a microscope. And when you're looking at it, when you're observing it, when you're describing it, when you're seeing it and it moves, you better be able to know if it's a bacteria, if it's a fungi, if it's a parasite, if it's something that you know that you cannot engage in. The Queen of Wands to the Devil. Oh, the devil wants you back so bad. Look, the Five of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. The Five of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, it's more than just faith. The Five of Wands in reverse to the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, we. To the King of Wands of going nowhere. To the Five of Wands. To the Four of Swords. To the Knight of Pentacles. Be mindful of what you're listening to. Be mindful of what you're feeding yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Be mindful of what you're feeding yourself. Be aware of false prophets. Be aware of, you know, just falsehood in general, right? If you know something and it like for me, right, I just read the cards, right? But I'm not gonna sit up here and feed you no type of nothing about nothing, right? Because your personal beliefs is your free will. And if your higher power works for you, then let it work, right? Just don't forget who you are. The Five of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles is certain people, places, and things trying to get you to conform to it, right? It's a false sense of belief. It's a false sense of faith. It's a false sense of da 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 da, right? Like when Beyonce was said, "Who runs the world? Girls, girls," right? And then all y'all women was empowered because y'all thought y'all ran the world, right? Now, Beyonce was not specific because she has money, she could get away with that. But family, friends, sir, ma'am, you don't have Beyonce's money like that, right? So again, be aware of the false prophets. Be aware of what you're feeding your mind and your body, right? Like that one song, right? With what's it called? Young Miami, spin that, right? Spin that, right? Baby, when that song came out, Family Friends, sir, ma'am, there was a whole bunch of people in that talking about spinning. They was up there asking me could they borrow some money, but yet singing the song. Be mindful again of what you're feeding your mind and your body. Like how you gonna talk about spin that and you ain't got nothing to spin, right? The Page of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. Great fortune, fame, success, stability, abundance awaits for you. Family, friends, sir, ma'am. The Page of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. Let me see. Where are you currently at with the Pentacles? Ancestors, show me. Where are you currently at when it comes to your stability? Let's see. Where are you at? Let me see. Where are you at currently when it comes to your stability? Answers just show me. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, please, keep it above with me, right? I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm not broke either. You know what I'm saying? Cool. And it's okay to be cool, right? Because I'm not here doing no unnecessary spending. Plus, I know that I have bills. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what. Show me where you are at with your stability. Where you are at with your stability is the Seven of Swords to the Three of Cups. You are surrounding yourself with trustworthy people right now at this time. You are being around like you're playing it safe right now. Show me the Three of Cups. You're playing it safe. What is this? Show me this. Okay. Family friends, sir, ma'am. Spirit is asking you to be mindful of mental and emotional manipulation. What I mean by mental and emotional manipulation, family friends, sir, ma'am, is some of y'all really need to get in y'all gangster energy. You know what I'm saying? And stop allowing people, places, and things to play with you. The Three of Swords to the Page of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles, right? When people come in and they play with you mentally and emotionally, what get disturbs? Your money, your faith, right? Because people, places, and things are playing with you mentally and emotionally. And again, let me remind you, each and every one of y'all have a gangster in you. You know what I'm saying? There's light all day. Hi, how you doing? Da, 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 da. But don't get the game twisted, right? Because you'll go, you'll go to the left real quick. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, moving forward, be mindful of people coming to play with you mentally and emotionally. Come back home. What is come back home? I can't come back home. What is this come back home? You want somebody to come back to you? You do. Family, friends, sir. Some of you are missing somebody. Mm-hmm. You're missing someone. There's no limit to what we can do. You're missing somebody because you're saying there's no limit to what we can do. Look, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Somebody's missing another person. Penny Pansarmia. I don't know if this is you missing somebody or somebody's missing you, but somebody said there's no limit what we can do. Nine of Cups. At the bottom, the Ace of Wands. At the bottom, the Ace of Wands. I don't know who we talking about here. Somebody that is in regret and somebody that's in their head from walking away from you, from separation. This is called separation anxiety, like a mug, family friends. So now somebody here has separation anxiety. The loss of you has somebody going crazy. Talk about it. Ace of Wands and this new beginning that I was speaking to you about, family friends. So, ma'am, somebody here is going crazy without you because you are embarking on a new phase of your life. Getting kind of personal. Baby, you got Big Daddy, Big Mama. You got Big Daddy, Big Mama over here with the Emperor. You got Big Daddy, Big Mama going through it, separated from you, family, friends, sir, man. That's just what that is. Show me the Emperor. Why does the Emperor, whether this is a man or a woman, why does the Emperor want to come back into family, friends, sir, ma'am? Even me, why does the Emperor want to come back into the energy? Show me. Show me. What are we going to do is play in the background. The Five of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, because this person feels like they were left out in the cold. And the King of Pentacles is talking about trying to balance out the situation, trying to regain a foundation, trying to stand in power and authority. As the Emperor to the King of Pentacles, somebody here is Big Daddy, Big Mama is saying they just, you know what I'm saying? And they want to step up. Whether this is friend, family, relationship, things like that. I don't know. I ain't even about to get into all that. Huh. Somebody here says they are sorry. They are sorry for walking away from you. They are sorry for not loving you, and they are sorry for not passionately investing in you, um, moving forward. Mhm. Are we just friends or are we just lovers? The Eight of Cups. I don't even think I don't think y'all know what this is. Are you friends or are you lovers? Family, friends, ma'am. Are you friends or are you lovers? What are you? Oh, baby, family, friends, man. You ain't worried about this person coming. You're not worried about anybody coming back in your energy. What you are worried about is you seeing the world from a different perspective. You embarking on your own personal journey. You're not even worried about love. Mm-mm. Yeah, you're not. No, yeah. The Two of Wands to the Chariot. You're just moving on with life. You have come to accept some sort of truth and clarity to the past, the present, or any future situation, for how it played out in your world. And you're just staying focused in your world, moving on with your life, and like yeah, doing the things that you want to do, doing the things that you love to do. So what you're telling me, if somebody shows up, that's great, right? But if nobody comes, you're still gonna do what's best for you. Okay. From the chariot to the two of wands. Where are you going, family friends center? Yeah. You family friends are, ma'am, you are holding back from the people, places, and things you once knew. You are walking away from it. And the Four of Pentacles, you're holding back. The Eight of Swords. Once upon a time, there was you, family friends, sir, ma'am, who met a person, place, or thing as you were walking on this journey. And as you were walking on this long road of a journey, you encountered a wolf, a lion, a hyena, a scarecrow, a pig, and what else did you discover? Oh, Lord, a snake. And while you were on this long road of your journey, you kept encountering each of these things on your road. And every time you encountered that, you did not know what it was before you encountered it. So you were curious, right? When you encountered it and you interacted with it and you thought it was going to be something good for you, right? Because it was something you encountered. But at the same time, that bad wolf showed you how bad it was. The snake showed you that it was a snake. The pig showed you that it was a pig. The scarecrow showed you it was a scarecrow. The hyena showed you it was a hyena, and it cackled after it showed you it was a hyena. And you felt bad because each and every time you encountered each and every one of those things, it created a burden for you. The Ten of Wands, Two of Cups, because you invested in learning it. Before it comes to the judgment, everything was not something, every person, place, or thing that you've met, you are supposed to meet, that you're supposed to experience, you were supposed to experience on your journey, whether or not you stay in the experience or you call judgment and learn from it and move on with your life. The Six of Pentacles, because some of you hold on to how much you gave to a situation. A lot of you think about how much you gave to a situation. Mhm. The Fool, thinking that each and every time you encountered one of these things, it was a new opportunity. Of course, it is a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity for you to learn another lesson. Either it's going to be a blessing or a lesson. When you can discern the fact that a person, place, or thing is either going to be a blessing or a lesson, see it as such as you're putting everything under a microscope. Show me the Fool. Page of Swords. Again, observe everything accordingly in regards to what you are about to encounter in this next journey, this next cycle. Observe everything. King of Wands. Family, friends, I mean, don't get sidetracked about your own personal goals and being focused on your goals and right? Because sometimes it's not always about you, right? Be open to meeting certain people, places, and things. Be observing at the people, places, and things you encounter. Hmm. There's a lot of twists and turns you are about to encounter on this new phase of your journey. Don't get stuck. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, do not get stuck. And remember that you are the magician. As we said in the first card, remember, you are the magician. You are going to have to create the life that you want to create, the vision, the dreams that you see. You have to be the magician. You stay in a situation for so long, even after you realize it's not serving you a purpose, it's going to keep you in the same cycle and not moving forward. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups talks about being whole within self. When you're whole within self, what do you have to fear? You may have bills, you may not have everything you want, everything in life may be going on, but when you get home at the end of the day, you're just gonna know that everything's gonna work out. You observed it, you said, listen, I'm not going to entertain the emotions behind it because it is what it is. Some family, friends, sometimes you gotta just say it is what it is and move accordingly. The Seven of Wands Defend your stability, defend your name, defend your truth, defend who you are individually, authentically, how people see you. Make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you are standing in your truth. The Knight of Wands to the Four Cups to the Ace of Wands. Again, people can't play with you because after they end up playing with you, they find themselves in regret. Family friends say, man, all the time. It's not you. It is your mindset, it's your energy, it's your goals, it's your foundation, it's your stability. And you need to understand not everybody has your strength, not everybody has your willpower, not everybody has your courage, not everybody has your discipline. So when you know that not everybody is like you need to get with the people that aren't like you. The Four of Pentacles, and hold on to your vision. Lay something to rest. You gotta let something go. What are you not letting go? Calling judgment on a situation. You are still holding on to something. Whatever this is that you're holding on to, observe it and let it go so you can move forward. The Ace of Wands is right here with moving forward to the strength. Have strength to move forward. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, I do everything alone. And baby, I'm not unhappy. I'm happy. I don't have nobody bothering me. I don't have nobody stressing me. I don't have no problems over here. I'm going to be my own best friend because I know I can be my own worst enemy. I don't need anybody to bring me down. I can make a decision and bring my own life down, and there's nobody to blame for it but me. When I surround myself with people, places, and things and what they have going on, guess what? There's going to be a lot of blaming. The Seven of Pentacles. Watch the seeds to your success grow when you are focused on you, moving forward, your vision, your dreams, the love of self, the healing, whatever it is you're shooting for. Shoot, listen, family friends, I remember when I was out on the streets, right? And I was in addiction, man, I would take one, right? And I felt like, man, after I took one, I felt so whoop, whoop, up in the air. I felt like I was out in the galaxies, right? It always, every time I did it, it just made me feel like I was leaving Earth and going outer space, right? And I used to tell people in the trap house, right? They were like, Chloe, what's wrong with you? Da, 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 right? I said, man, I just took one and I'm like shooting for the stars, right? And they was like, what, Chloe? I said, yeah, because when I'm elevating, right, I'm getting high, and whatever I'm doing, when now I get high on life, right? I'm still in the galaxy, right? And I'm shooting for the stars. But when I come down, I don't come down to Earth. At least I land on the moon. And family friends are, man, when it comes to the high of life, you know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to shoot for the stars, because when you're shooting for the stars and you can't reach to be the star, at least you'll land on the moon. At least you're at a point in life where you're still up there. You know what I mean? You have to be on that type of high of life. Um, letting things go, letting accepting it for what it is. It is what it is, family, friends, sir, ma'am. We have no control over any person, place, or thing, what anybody's gonna do, what anybody's gonna say. I'm not gonna feel no way about it, right? Family friend is like y'all talking to me, listening to me, and then judging me. Family friends, I mean, you can judge me one day, every day. You don't stop nothing over here. Just like if I knew you, I could sit here and talk about you, right? But what I say or do does not stop anything that you have going on. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Or that's just how you feel. Again, do not allow any person, place, or thing to trick you out your spot. Because it feels like you have somebody coming in wanting to work with you, but you also have people from the past wanting to come in and trick you out your spot. Baby, if they couldn't work with you from the beginning to sit in that spot, then baby, what? What are we talking about? Family, friends, are, ma'am, you've given people, places, and things an opportunity for to have a spot in your life. And if they're not in that, sitting in that chair, in that spot with you, and they let that spot because there was another spot they wanted to be at, then let that go. But to come back and want to fill an empty seat that they already had the chance of filling in the first place, like why would we? Like what? Yeah, this is getting, now I'm seeing too much. Now I'm seeing too much. Man, know who you are at all times, family, friends, sir, ma'am. How you grew up, what you've learned in life, what your parents, your grandparents, your family instilled in you. Some people don't have that instillment. Some people don't have what you've been through. Some people have been through what you've been through. Some people have not experienced what you've experienced. And then they get tricked out they spot. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to come back. Now everybody wants to hit you up. Now everybody wants to be your friend. Now everybody wants to call on you. Now everybody this and well, where was everybody again when you were harboring the feelings of the separation? Again, when you were in the present moment, you were suffering internally, mentally, and emotionally. Where was that person, place, or thing when you tried to make them a spot in your life? And now all of a sudden you've let it go, and now they want to come back. They want to fulfill some certain spot, or they want to come back and just be a part of. You gave the chance to be in your life the first time, get it correct the first time, and you don't ever have to worry about trying to correct anything else again. A person needs to learn how to be a friend, how to be a family member, how to love unconditionally, no matter the differences. Family, friends, sir, man, we are not all the same. We all have differences. Can't nobody judge me just like can't nobody judge you. But you allow a spot in your life to put me in. Why would I neglect you when you gave me grace to sit in a spot next to you? That would be me being ungrateful. I would lose access to something beautiful. I would lose access to learning from you. I would lose access of the gratitude, of the giving, the reciprocation, the love, the loyalty, the confidence. And I don't care, we all have weaknesses. If I can accept the strength, if I can accept the love, if I can accept the gratitude, if I can accept your assistance, why would not I be able to accept when you're stingy, when you're stubborn, when you're mad? And it's good when it's good, but as soon as you get in your feelings or you're doing bad, people can't accept it. That's crazy. And then they checked out their spot. You're calling family friends, sir, ma'am. I just see it too much. I'm seeing too much, and it just makes me want to read down, like for real. Family friends, sir, ma'am. People take other people, places, and things for granted. You know. Mm-mm-mm. And when it comes down to love, it doesn't have to always be about relationships. Love can always mean, when I say I love you, it can mean like a true, valuable friendship, a partnership. You know, you learn from me, I learn from you. You give to me, I give to you. You have a bad day, I have a bad day. I accept everything about you with no judgment because you're you. You may have a funny laugh. So what? You may have an eye that goes to the left. So what? You know what I mean? It's you're still human. You still have heart that beats. You still have emotions and a mental thought. You have a mother and a father that birthed you. You see what I'm saying? You are somebody's child. It's crazy how people forget that you are somebody's child, and especially a power greater than yourself. You are a higher power's child. You are a divine child is walking this earth on a mission, a purpose, a journey. Family, friends, start me up, observe everything. Take a look at the way that you see life, the way you see money. You know, self-reflect and Again, with the clouds here, with the luck and this message that was brought to you. Why I say Mr. Roger? Why I say Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? Y'all remember when he ended the show and he was putting on his jacket and he was talking? Then he put on his shoes and things like that, right? The whole time I was thinking about what happened to the people, the king and the queen with the train. That I said, is he leaving them too? Like, I used to get sad when Mr. Rogers would leave the king and the queen and the council with the train. I used to get so sad because I'm like, Mr. Rogers, why is you leaving the king and the queen and the council? But Mr. Rogers, he put on his sweater, he tied his shoes, he gave that important information, and then he said, deuces. You see what I'm saying? The king and the queen and the castle and everything had its purpose in your story. Family, friends, aren't ma'am. The past, it has a story, but it also served its purpose. The present has a story. It's to serve your purpose now. Moving into the future, you need to decide what your purpose is after learning everything that you did. Yeah. Mhm. Applying it, observing it, and making sure y'all get this going. Making sure you guys get this glow in the dark candle by October, family, friends, servant. So thank you for listening to the reading. I love each and every one of you. I really do. Again, hopefully you can get something out of this message with the cards. Um, be mindful. I love each and every one of you. Um, I offer each and every one of you a seat in my life as long as you come in with good intentions, and it's reciprocal. And I hope you are inviting me into your life because I promise you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going hard with mine. Um, I'll see y'all in the next readings on YouTube, family, friends. Until then, have a great night. Good luck in your new beginning. Keep moving forward. I'm so happy for those of you who are embarking on this new journey. I can't wait to pull the cards and what it looks like for you. But again, to a lot of you, you are ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle. New people, new places, new things. Um, that must be a good feeling. Until then, yeah, I'll see. All right. You too. What? Y'all hear the ching, 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 ching? Did y'all hear ching, 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 ching? My family friends taught me and don't play with it. When you close out some old cycles and you focus on you, you'll be hearing them ching 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 chings on you too. I love each and every one of you. Family friends taught me. The rest of my recordings will be on video. So again, thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, hold on, hold on. Okay, hi, you guys, family friends, sir, ma'am. Again, each and every one of you that comment, right? Each and every one of you have a story. And I'm reading the comments on here, right? Thank you for saying thank you, right? But the comments, you are trying to make it fit, right? Everything I says is I speak life into the situation, right? Like the world. And when you heard the ching 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 on my phone, and I tell you about the strength, the courage, the discipline you have, right? Understanding that this reading is not about you projecting that story, right? This is you understanding that that story happened to you, right? Now, taking the message that you are ending the cycle and you're creating something different. But for you to comment about your story, that's not you understanding that, letting it go, accepting things as they are, right? whether good or bad. Everything good that happens for you, right? You're happy, you're excited, you're clapping, right? You're feeling on top of the world. But then when the bad things happen, oh, it's a problem, right? You can't handle it. It's this, that, and the other. Family, friends, for the comments on here, please, it comes to a point where the maturity of accepting the good and the badness and people, places, and things. I'm not a perfect person. Maybe I can get down with the, you see what I'm saying? You hit me up and you saying, Chloe, it's time to get dressed in all black. Baby, I'm already in all black. You see what I'm saying? All I'm doing is putting on my hoodie. But that's, there's that bad part of me, but there's also goodness in me, but understanding the consequences. Um, Again, your story is your story. But when you come to a place in your life, right, to where you can accept things of how it happened, and you can take on the light that's being spoken to you with you letting it go, it's not like you stop playing with yourself, right? Stop playing with your emotions. Stop playing with your stuff, with your thoughts. Stop staying in a situation of even thinking or feeling about it, right? Because you gotta let it go and do something better. What are you going to do now? My question is, what are you going to do now? I don't want to read in the comments, this person, that person, she, this, that. It's not about that. The thing is, with this, my readings, it's going to tell you, what are you going to do differently? I don't care about the ex. I don't care about the friend. I don't care about the narcissism. None of that. I don't care about none of that. What I do care about is you, family, friends, sir. Now, when you come out, and I'm asking you these questions, and you're answering them through my cards. Now, what are you going to do? Right? Focus on you, because holding on to a problem, it's still going to be a problem. Nothing's going to get solved. There is no solution if you're not doing nothing about it. So don't come here telling me about your problem. Tell me what are you going to do about it? What's the solution? How are you going to get to being happy in that happy place again with your life? How are you going to get back into that energy of being focused on your goal, the vision, the dream, your success? How are you going to get back into being playful again, to achieving great things in life? How are you going to get back into being the highest version of yourself? How are you going to get back to healing? How are you going to get back giving to others? How are you going to get back to being a good person? How are you going to get back to having faith? It's not about anybody in the situation you've been through. What it's talking about is overcoming it. Okay. Since you want to comment, I want to know. I want to ask. I'm going to be nosy. Clear your mind, clear your thoughts, clear your energy signature. Free reading. Ask your questions. I want to know. Don't play with me. Please don't play with me. I respect you. I love that you share your story. But my question is, you can share your story all day on YouTube with your comment, right? But what are you gonna do about it, right? You didn't tell me nothing other than the problem. What's the solution? Okay, family, friends, sir, ma'am, and for the current spirit ancestors, no sign. Show me what I need to see. What are you going to do? What's your next move? Then your next move be your best move. Show me. YouTube, show me. What's Baby, you caught me right when I'm about to end the stream. Mm, okay. Um, okay, slow down, babe. Whenever you're processing emotions, you get a lot of thoughts. You overthink. You get a lot of emotions. They processing over and over, right? It almost feels like the world is spinning when you're going through something, right? Because you can't believe it's happening to you. You can't believe that this is going on. It's a state of shock, but it's a state of anxiety. It's a state of everything because this is going on and on and on and around you, right? And it's unsettling. mentally, right? Because you don't know how to feel. You're out of your emotions because you're surrounded like this. The room could be spinning, right? It is that mental processing where you just don't know what's about to happen, what just occurred, what's going on, what's this, that, and the other. Ugh, you just took me there. Ugh, my head's spinning. Uh, what are you going to do about it? All right. Family friends start me up on YouTube. You have a story, I have a story, right? And if we interacted together, whatever we did, we know that what was that memory that was created between our interaction. You have the story of everything that happened. I have a story of everything that happened. The Queen of Wands to the King of Swords, meaning there's a story here, right? In this story, family friends start me up in your story, right? You have people, places, and things, right? You how to play that. If I was to repeat the past situation you were in, I'm gonna look at it as a story in your life. Somewhere in your story, there was no intuition being used, right? Um, you could have been you could have been intelligent, right? You could have felt mentally like you were smart, emotionally balanced and everything like that, right? But I wouldn't be sitting here telling you your story if this was correct, if you were mentally wise and emotionally balanced, because you wouldn't be, yeah, you wouldn't be on my board if I could see it. Show me. The Queen of Wands, King of Swords. Show me. Six of Swords. Okay, so the person who thought they were right, right, or the person, whichever side of the story plays out for you, right? Now, a mentally intelligent person and an emotionally intelligent person is not a person that likes to deal with stress, problems, issues, things like that, right? PTSD, anger. Who wants to feel like they're in their thinking and they're in their emotions? Who wants to feel that? Nobody does, right? But when you're telling me, family, friends, servant, when you connect with people, places, and things, there's some sort of mental intelligence and emotional balance, right? But yet somebody walks away from the problem. That's what I don't get when you're telling me that you're mentally intelligent and you're emotionally balanced, because instead of facing a problem, you ran from a problem. And now we're on this board with the problem. Help me understand this, right? Now, family, friends, think logically, right? We're together. Things happen. We have a problem with each other. Instead of me working it out with you, I just decided to walk away from you. And you can't understand why I walked away from you because I couldn't face the problem, right? But I can tell you all day, I'm the smartest person, I'm the emotionally balanced, but yet there's that space, right? There's the problem between us. There's always going to be that space, that void. And nothing will never get solved unless you fill that space and void up with maybe personal closure, inner closure, however it needs to close. But this story here talks about two people thinking that the most brightest, smartest, emotionally, mentally balanced in the world, but yet leave so many spaces of problems open. So again, you're reneging. You're reneging. You're seeing one thing, but your actions speak of another. I guess. I guess. Yeah. Alexa, turn it up one notch. Okay, family friends, sir, ma'am. Death. So instead of dealing with the problem, you just ended it, right? Which is why you're on YouTube commenting for those who commented about such and such and such and such and such and such. And I know she, her, yeah, squash that. Death, right? You want to avoid a problem. You don't want to face it. You want to walk away from it. You can't deal with it because it feels like too much. Da, 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 da. But you're supposed to be mental. You're telling me you're supposed to be mentally and emotionally intelligent, right? But yet you can't be a strong man or a strong woman to face your own problems. Help me understand this one. And you, sir, ma'am, if you should have a problem with someone, why not speak to the person and fix it instead of commenting on YouTube? Even then, if a person don't want to hear it, right, still make amends to yourself, right? The story played out for how it played out. You can only take a chance of healing a situation. If you can't heal it, it's accepting it and then moving on. As I speak, how could you sit here and listen to me for me to speak life into you and say you're ending cycles, but yet you're telling me you're holding on to a problem? But you're the smartest, you're the emotionally balanced in the room. The Nine of Wands. Bang, bang. How your insecurities get tested, how your faith gets tested, how your loyalty gets tested, how your truth gets tested, and you still putting up a fight. Baby, a person that's living in loyalty, truth, and honesty and discipline and structure ain't about to fight for no truth. You're gonna say what it is you need to say and walk away. Your truth is your truth. What we gotta argue about? I know my truth, I said the truth, and what is there to talk about? I let it go. Because I go to bed at night knowing that I lived in my truth. The story plays out how it played out when I live in truth with people, places, and things. Ain't nothing to cover up. Ain't nothing for me to project. And I'm so mentally and emotionally and spiritually intelligent. I said I was God's child. I didn't say I was the perfect child. I just said I'm God's child. There's life lessons I'm going to learn. And that's going to teach me how to be a better person. But for me to project, oh, I was right in the story, or this person was right, this was fair, that's fair. So why wasn't nothing done about it? Why wasn't nothing fixed? Why wasn't there a solution? The brightest, the smartest in the room, but yet can't face a problem. Your insecurity, the ego, the pride, the self-centeredness, it gets tested when you interact with people, places, and things, and it triggers you. That's why you can't face it. The problem triggers you. That's why it's a problem. Show me the Nine of Wands. Stop it. You can't face the truth. Somebody can't face their own personal truth. The Queen of Wands, King of Swords, Two of Cups, Ace of Swords. Somebody here can't face the truth. Well, say you're not, then say you cannot face the truth. It does not make you less of a man, less of a woman. It makes you come to accept that you're not ready to accept things in life that are truthful. Doesn't mean you're weak, doesn't mean you're a coward, doesn't mean that whatever happened to you, you're the victim or you're the perpetrator. It is what it is. You are who you are. And then people, places, and think, baby, oh, wait, Alexa, turn it down 1 minute. Family friends, ma'am, let me tell you something. When it comes to the bad things that happen to each and every one of us, some go through things far much worse than others, which is why I don't ever complain about nothing because I know somebody's going through something much worse than me, right? In this situation, yeah, from childhood growing up, I encountered bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing growing up. I couldn't understand why me, like, I had lost faith in everything from early childhood till ooh we for a long time. I was always going through something. I could never catch a break, right? Never. I'll never catch a break. It's always something after something. I'm telling you, from the time I was a baby all the way here, I'm telling you, every man. But what happened was, right, it's like I had to come to accept everything that happened to me, right? But I wasn't able to identify with it. You know what I'm saying? And because I wasn't able to identify with a lot of things that transpired, right? I also lost my identity due to it, right? But then at the same time, people couldn't identify me either, right? Because nobody knows, right? Nobody knows what you go through. Nobody understands, right? You think nobody knows, nobody understands, right? And then for me, right, as I get older, there's no truth, there's no clarity, there's no answers, there's no nothing. And that space between not knowing still lingers, right? And it was hard for me to find peace within those situations, right? Because in that instance, I was innocent at the time, right? But then what I did was, I mean, I was low vibrational too, right? I turned all that abuse and trying to fit into an identity in this world, right? And I couldn't fit. I couldn't fit nowhere. No, no, and anywhere I go, I cannot stay long anywhere I go. I can't be in certain places. I can't be around certain people. I can't do certain things right. I don't fit, and I could never understand why I don't hold, why I don't have people that stay in my life. Why the places I go to don't be there. Why the things that I have I don't keep forever, right? And that's a big hard pill to swallow, especially when you see other people having these things and not experiencing these things, right? Especially for you, family, friends, and situations that have played out, right? But then I came to like when I started because I used to talk to myself a lot, and I used to selfishly pray to God, right? Um, Even when I was out there being low vibrational, right? Everybody would bad things would happen to people. Like, yeah, the bad things that people did would happen around me, and I would witness it, right? And I would just pray. I'd be like, God, just protect me, because I can't go through another heartbreak. But yet again, I was always going through another heartbreak, even with the people that didn't like me. They definitely, they definitely things would happen. Family, friends, man, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, right? And these were people that I once loved, right? I was on the streets with, right? It was the gangster, the Crips, the Bloods, the Lion Kings. Oh yeah, they let me in. I had a gift, right? And so they see me, you know what I'm saying? I learned what it was like to be in the gangs and stuff like that, right? Um, the problem was, right, is that even then I took all that information, all that experience, everything in life, right, that has happened thus far. And even today, right, I don't see it's so big now, right? Because I choose peace in my life. I've come to terms with accepting things for that void, for what it is, right? And of course, the people that are no longer here that left that void open with me, I had to find closure with them myself, right? But at the same time, it's not like that torture, that pain lasted forever. And it didn't make me who I am. And I'm never saying that it broke me. What it did was it taught me. Mhm. It taught me that The people you love the most can be the same ones that hurt you the most. You know what I mean? The places that you think you belong in life be the places that are for short-term visits. The things that I thought I wanted today feels like I don't even want them tomorrow. And so realizing the change, the one thing that changed in my life was a sense of freedom, a sense of that I'm not allow anybody else to come in and hurt me mentally or emotionally. The sense of peace, peace of mind. I'm not out here struggling. I'm not here chasing. I'm not out here high. I'm not out here prostituting. I'm not out here doing things that's going to land me in prison. I'm not out here hurting another person. I'm not out here disturbing anybody's peace because I value my peace. And family, friends, sorry, I'm happy. And I don't know what you think your version of happiness, what your version of love is, and what your version of relationships and partnerships. But let me tell you, I used to always think I was always looking for to find somebody who was just like me. I could never find anybody that was just like me. Hoping, praying one day, let me meet someone like me. Somebody who knew how to love, somebody who knows how to grind, somebody who knows how to build, somebody who knows how to do things, somebody who knows how to have fun, somebody who knows how to cook, somebody who knows how to offer some dinner, somebody who knows how to watch movies, somebody who knows how to go skating, somebody who knows how to make a budget, somebody who knows how to invest in a business, somebody who knows how to do multiple things. Family, friends, or ma'am, even somebody who knows how to dance on a pole. I'm people I would do all those things. And people pretended in my life like they knew. And so I tested them. Well, go get on that pole. Let's go to the movies. Let's go do this, that, and the other. And it was a problem because they couldn't do it. So then I kept waiting. When am I going to find somebody like me? And it was almost like I kept saying, when it is that, because of that space of not getting the answers, not getting the truth, not getting the forgiveness, not getting the closure, not getting the acceptance, that I kept searching for someone like me. But yet, can't find nobody. I can sit here and tell you all day what my uncle did to me, or you know what I'm saying, the family and things like that. I could tell you all day the problems. What I couldn't tell you was the solution, healing from those problems. Bang, bang. And you can tell me all day you sick and tired of going through pain, emotions, da 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 da. But yet you still put yourself in another situation to cause it. If you're not talking about your comment, talking about this problem, once you get through this, it's always going to be a problem. So again, please, with your comments, you don't have to put your problems. I need you to figure out how to fill that solution in that space where you don't have a solution. It's not like I gave up on people, places, and things. What I did was gave up on trying to find me. And I did find me, right? I did. I came to sit with myself. I learned how to be okay with being by myself. But I'm not by myself. You know, I'm not by myself. I pray. I watch movies. I have fun. I do things. I take myself out to eat. Are people attracted to me? Yes. Do people want to be my friend? Yes. Do people ask to borrow money? Yes. Do people just want to come in and sleep with me and leave? Yes. Do people want to steal from me? Yes. Do people what these things still exist? But see, that's not what I entertain. That's I'm not chasing looking for me anymore. And by me not chasing looking for me, I'm not opening door to those situations. It's a sense of freedom, peace, and happiness. When you become okay with being okay, just being okay, I have bills, I have debt. I think about love. I think about money. I think about stability, and I hustle and grind. I wake up early and I go to bed late every single morning, every single day, even the weekends. Enough is never enough. And I don't think about the levels of anything, right? But even then, when I get my free time, I don't stress none. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not over here complaining about nothing. Because again, somebody's situation is always going to be far much more worse than yours. So again, how are you going to fill that space? Building friends, ma'am, this is Truth Heals 1111 YouTube. My name is Chloe. Today, I am who I am because I know who I am. And everything that is not in my life, baby, thank God that was my protection. That pain, that rejection, that confusion, that and then disloyalty, that disobedience, that all that trickery, the manipulation, the love bombing, narcissistic, the parents that are, you know what I'm saying, controlling, the sweep under the rugs, the you know what I'm saying, the adulterers, the rapists, the abusers, everything in my life. Guess what? It's not in my life. Thank God that I am protected. Thank God that these things were removed out of my life for my protection. So, family, friends, servant, when you go through a situation, understand when you have to leave it, it is for your protection. Because you keep entertaining it, you keep staying in it, you're going to find yourself hurt again. And it's going to be you doing it to you. I can accept. It is what it is. Family, friends, servant, many men I was with that didn't want to love me, that wanted to leave me. Why? And baby, there's always another man. I lost money. Didn't understand how that money was going to replace. Family, friends, men, there's always going to be money. I lost mothers and fathers, right, that are living that don't have nothing to do with me. Thinking it wasn't about them thinking, but I have people that ain't even blood coming into my life as my mother and father. Friends, I don't even have close friends next to me. Thank God they are not next to me. That was for my protection. Why? Because you're here with me. I have new friends. Say that. That's my protection. So anything that I go through, I accept that I'm going through it. And for me to get out that situation after everything we've been through, family, friends, servant, after everything you've been through, that you're not in no more. You need to understand that's our protection over your life. Because if you were still in it, you'd be drowning. You would be drowning in your mental, in your feelings, in your feelings. Thank God that situations didn't work out. Thank God that that happened to you and you didn't stay in that longer than what you had to bear. That's not your cross to bear. This cross to bear is your divine mission while walking this earth. Do you ever ask yourself, why did God create you? Why did the universe create you? If we talk about spiritual religious, do you not know that we're water, we're elements, we're part of the earth, you know what I'm saying? Earth, air, wind, and fire. We all have that within us. But why you? Why specifically you with your color hair, your eyes, your nose, your skin, your body size? Why you? What's your mission? And I don't think your mission is to sit here and dwell on a problem. I think the mission for you is to learn from the problem so you can grow, so you can heal, so you can step into being the best version of yourself and find your own love, your own personal freedom, your own personal happiness. You stay stuck in a situation with the problem, that's your problem, nobody else's. Seven of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. You can tell me all day you're delusional. You can tell me all day that you have visions, that you have dreams, that you want success, and da. Well, then what are you doing about it? What type of action, what type of work are you putting in for you to achieve your own Ace of Pentacles? And the Ace of Pentacles, like I said, is you. You're the investment. You're the creator of your own success. Or you can dwell on the past and you can be your own destroyer of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Choose wisely when entering this next cycle. What else? Family, friends, sir, ma'am, since I'm kicking it with y'all. The Fool is in reverse. This is somebody who's not optimistic. Okay. Well, you're not optimistic. Say that then. You're not optimistic. You're not optimistic that things are going to work out for you. That's a lack of faith, a lack of non belief in yourself, a lack of self confidence, a lack of self esteem, a lack of identity. It could be anything with a lack of optimism. So then let me tell you something. So then again, what are you going to do about it to find it within yourself? Well, you can sit here and say you're not optimistic about things, things, So then what are you going to do? Show me the full and read it. Because this is on my channel, this is what we're going to talk about. What you go, what you about to do? 'Cause this, family, friends, sir, ma'am, if you didn't have no vehicle, and and I said, hey, you want to go watch a video? You want to go watch a movie, right? And the movie is like 15 miles away, and you got to ride a bus, and because I don't have no money for an Uber and Lyft, and you ain't got no money for an Uber and Lyft, and then we both got to ride the bus, right? That's a sacrifice we gonna make if we want to go see the movies, right? But you need to understand, you can't take me out on no date because riding the bike. We could do the simple things in life, you know what I'm saying? Getting on a bus together. But the bigger things in life, we can't be sitting here staying on a bus. We got to work towards getting that transportation to get somewhere. But first, we believe that we're going to get the transportation. You understand what I mean? Six of Wands. Mm-hmm. That lack of inspiration, lack of success, lack of gratitude, lack of being humble, because life will teach you humbleness. Three of Cups, Eight of Wands. F what a F what a person, place, or thing has to say about you. I want to know what you think about you. It's not about what other people think or say about you. What do you think about you? And I'm waiting. I will wait. What do you think about you? Show me the Eight of Wands. What do you think about you? Nine of Swords. Man, family, friends, sir, ma'am. I understand you've been through that most in life, but that's not what made you. What makes you is how you overcame each and everything that you've been through. And it's sad that the experience happened to you. The situation is sad. You think a person would be on the same mindset as you, but again, not everybody's at the same mindset. And the Nine of Swords is you being upset about it. I get it, but you're letting it make you instead of you. Instead of you being the victim, you need to stand in the power of being the victor. You're never. How do I say that? Some keep this 100, right? So there were some tragic things that happened to me sexually as a child, right? It was hard for me to identify with my own sex because of what had happened, right? And I said, why me, right? Because I regretted that it had happened to me, right? And I used to think about what my life could have been or would have been or should have been, right? If these things never happened to me, right? And so I would always go there and I would be so mad and angry, right? And not only that, not only am I fighting that inner battle, right? I was facing people that would judge me and bully me and talk about me because of the my identification, right? And it made me ashamed of myself, but then even madder at the person that did it to me. And at nighttime, I would think, right? At nighttime, I was just like in it. But again, the ugly things that turned into something so beautiful, family friends. So, yeah. Now I'm not out here sleeping with every man, and I ain't out here doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am, right? But there's some respect. There's some respect to this. I cannot be identified. Like I say, I'm telling y'all, I can't identify with everybody. I just don't. I don't identify. But there's some respect when it comes to me, right? But the Nine of Swords is showing the transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Nine of Swords to the Four of Pentacles to the Three of Wands. Family, friends, remember, wherever you are at in your journey, you are required to transform again. Mm-hmm. Spirit is saying it is now time for it, whether an inner transformation, something for you to transform, something for you to change, something for you to take a look at within yourself, um, and come to terms with your own personal individuality. With the Three of Wands, so you can move forward. Um, if you're in a place right now where you may think a lot about a lot of things that like transpire, it's now time for you to wash your hands clean of it, right? Pray about it first, though, right? Because I pray about everything first, and I ask for the guidance to how can I cleanse myself of this, right? So, all right, because I don't like to be in that energy. I don't like to be in that feeling. I don't like to stay in that moment. Me, I'm a Scorpio. You know, I'm not the same person who I used to be, even as a child, from what I had seen. But this one's asking you, family friends, ma'am, for you to transform something within your world and everything that you've been through, even the problems you may have now. Transform the mind. Mhm. Transform your mind and your heart and your emotions. Something with transforming your mind and your heart. The star and heal. Uh-oh. Let me come and heal. The star. Heal. I can't take back the past. And if I ever did anything to hurt hurt anybody from my past, baby, I always tell them you should have left me alone. But if anybody hurt me, right, baby, you gotta know that there's some sick people in this world. And sometimes we don't know who we encounter, but baby, we have encountered some sick people, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about nobody, but I'm talking about sick mentally, sick emotionally, sick spiritually, sick. And things happen bad to good people. And if you're a good person, I'm sorry that it happened to you. Confirmation. If nobody ever apologized to you because you were a good person and somebody did something bad to you, I apologize. I'm sorry. Now, if it was me, again, like I said, you should have left me alone because that's a Scorpio. I'm gonna wait to sting. I'm gonna get you back one day. I'm sure you're not gonna you're not gonna like this comeback, right? And family friends, I remember I tell people every day, my success is gonna be my greatest comeback. Mm-hmm. And what did I do? I didn't seek revenge. I didn't seek none of that. I let my success speak for itself. Mm-hmm. My transformation, my healing journey, even though it felt the baddest, the worst, what transformed was the most beautiful thing. Because if you would have met me, baby, it would have been on and popping. It sure would have been on and popping. Tell me the stars. Page of Wands to the Emperor. Trusting your faith and lead your own personal life. Now, let me repeat this. You know, so you can move forward and lead your own life. Now, if you have people that rely on you, baby, how you gonna be there for? How you gonna help other people get to where they need to be if you can't even help yourself get to where you need to be? Mm. First, you got to be the person to be there. You know what I'm saying? In order to help other people. If you're not right, how you gonna be able to be right in somebody else's life? First, you need to get you together. And once you get you together, then you'll know what you can invest in to help other people, places, things get themselves together. And maybe the sick can't help the sick. It's sickness, right? Can family friends, I mean, can sick help the sickness? Can sick help a sick? You see what I mean? Can the poor help the poor? The sick's just gonna get sicker. The poor is gonna get poor. Can a struggling person help another struggling person? No, it's gonna be two struggling people. Somebody gonna get right. Seven of Cups to the Ace of Cups. Maybe the illusions and delusions of having the Ace of Cups. The definition of love. I should have cheated by Keisha Cole. Baby, you shouldn't have cheated. No. If you was gonna cheat, you gonna just cheat consciously. Just say you cheated. Ain't nothing to hide behind that. Right? I should have cheated. Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups. Somebody here was exploring multiple options for love. If you cheated, just say you cheated. Stand on that. And you're not perfect. Yeah. Have the strength to speak on your truth. Somebody here wants to admit that they cheated. Yeah, so you cheated, right? What did that have to do with anything? Would you cheat somebody out of something, family, friends, or male? Or did somebody cheat you out of something? Or did somebody cheat on you? Yeah, somebody cheated on you. Mm. He cheats, she cheats, we all cheat. Maybe, but what you're not gonna do to family, friends, or male is you can cheat with any person, place, or thing. What you're not going to cheat is cheat me out my faith. You're not going to cheat me out my money. You're not going to cheat me out my mental and emotional intelligence. People are fallible, right? Which means that people will come, people will go. What's going to last forever is what's going to remain within you is you. When you're left all alone by yourself, the only person you have in the end is who? Wheel of Fortune. Mhm. You get tired of people cheating, or you get tired of cheating. You get tired of exploring options or having multiple options. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Baby, I was infamous for cheating. The king of cups. Oh. Baby, if it looked good, it smelled good, and it had a couple dollars in its pockets, believe me, I was on it. But at the end of the day, once the money was gone, once that smell was out of my peripheral, once I couldn't see that good looking person no more, I really said, what was the value of all that if that person wasn't going to be around for me to look at every day, to smell every day, to fill my pockets every day? It didn't serve no purpose. Hmm. And that's when the vision changed. I want somebody that looks good, smells good, feels good, and doing good, right? To stay forever. Not, I mean, not forever, but you know what I'm saying? Stay around. Eight of Swords. Just like you see people, places, and things, you want people, places, and things to stick with you. Is that what? Is that some sort of emotional attachment, mental attachment to where you want people to stick with you? The King of Swords. You want to value people, places, and things in your life that makes you feel that same energy. But with the Eight of Swords, what happens is that you lose interest once a person shows you their mistakes. I don't know if you're the type of person who seeks perfectionism, or you seek a certain type of way of people, places, and things and how it's supposed to fit in your world. But it's almost like you want people to see value in you, but you lose value in other people, places, and things when there's a mistake being made. The Sun. You can't be happy every day. You're not gonna be happy all the time. There's always gonna be something going on. There's always gonna be a problem. Queen of Swords. Speak on it. Mm-hmm. Speak on it. Talk about it. Resolve your own personal issues by speaking it out of your life, right? Accepting whatever happened was to happen, speaking on it, understanding it, accepting it, and loving yourself. Queen of Cups. And loving yourself. Mm-hmm. All right. Truth Heals 1111 YouTube viewer. Okay, I rocked with y'all. We went a little deep, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I should have said something that triggered you, baby, first of all, ask yourself, what is it that I said that triggered you in the first place, right? Because that's something you can look at. But if I said something you could have reflected on, right? This is from my perception as a seer, a reader, right? But again, trust your intuition. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. But again, you can apply both to your situation. And whatever's going to work with the decision you make is where you're going to find your solution to fill that closure of something, not having a solution. And then go to finding peace and happiness and freedom within yourself and focus on your money too. Focus on your money. Baby, money, it's not the love of money is the root of all evil, right? But we still need money to survive. Shoot for stars, go for your goals, shoot for that vision, shoot for that dream. And anybody that tries to take that away from you shouldn't even be a part of your world. Any problem that comes into your life, dismiss it. It won't be a problem no more. People don't be around, let them walk. They didn't want to sit at your table. The places and things don't want to give you what you're worth. Baby, leave them places. Understand you're going to be okay. The things that you thought you wanted today is not always going to be the things you want tomorrow. It's always going to be something out there you're going to want. We're humans. We want more. But when you stop wanting more and become appreciative of what you have, it comes. It just comes. Anything else, spirit, ancestors, most high? Two of Swords. Right. This card don't even belong. Be mindful of people, places, and things treating you like an object and not a human being. Because family, friends, ma'am, just like me, you can embody your own personal energy as a temperance and a manifester. Say less. All right, y'all. I'm checking up to do so. I ain't doing no more reading. I'm going to bed. I gotta get up for work tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully I put things in perspective for you. Bye. It is what it is. The problem became a solution. We gonna move forward. We gonna end things that no longer serve a purpose. We ain't got time for people, places, and things to play with us. We have a mission we need to fulfill on this planet and in the spiritual world. We want to be able to break generational curses. We want to be able to heal our bloodlines. And family, friends, ma'am, if you're like me, growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, believe me, our bloodlines was kind of yeah. You know, I grew up with the Reagan, the Clinton, the Bush. And believe me, during each time my family was out on that stuff. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of things I needed to break off of my bloodline. So I could be the one to do something different, the one to make the change. Are you going to be the one to change your bloodline? I'll see you in the next one.